We run the East. Yo ho ho, Da Mafia. That is right, I am back to recorded videos. You probably saw me last week say that I was exclusively going to be sticking to live streams. However, let's just say that I was a bit inspired to continue. For what reason, you might ask? Probably because we ended up winning the AFC East once again. And not only did several media pundits, and even including some fans, I clearly remember seeing some Twitter exchanges, seeing some Bills fans saying that they were legitimately burning their Josh Allen jerseys and all Bills stuff, saying that we were pretenders and not even going to make the playoffs after that Colts loss, which, surprise, surprise, those fools got beat by the Jags. Hurts, doesn't it, Indy? And they are now out of the playoffs in general. But overall, once again, the Buffalo Bills proved everybody wrong, and we ended up getting hot when we needed to get hot. Now, all we need to do is simply go ahead and cross our fingers that we can continue that type of consistency in this hot streak that has been established, in my opinion, starting at the second half of that Tampa Bay game. But it's over, baby. We can raise the banner once again as the AFC East Champions for 2 years in a row. I sincerely can get used to this. In fact, I actually ended up already ordering my We Run the East merch from the Buffalo Bills store. Say, for example, you're too lazy to use Google, you can always go on ahead and use my link. I'm going to go on ahead and drop that in the description if you want to cop yourself some pretty fucking sexy Bills garb, okay? And it comes in fast. We're all going to want to be rocking this shit when we go up against New England this coming week. But this video, Da Mafia, what I really wanted to do is I really wanted to take a look back on perhaps the weirdest season in NFL history. Not only from the Buffalo Bills perspective, but in the NFL in general, right? The Buffalo Bills, and Mario from #Sports put this absolutely beautifully about midway through the season so far this year. He said that the Bills were very much a Jekyll and Hyde team. Now, when he says that, we're talking about the fact that out of all of our wins this year, we have won by a 12-plus point differential, which is absolutely insane. The past couple of teams that have done that, all of them have made the Super Bowl, and 3 of the 4 have won it. So definitely a stat which is really good to ride home on. It really, really is. But then our losses were fucking terrible, frankly. Obviously, we can look back at the Jacksonville Jaguars game. We can look at the Indianapolis Colts. But really, at the end of the day, those were the only 2 heartbreaking, heart-wrenching losses that I remember so far this season. Every other loss, very, very close. I was talking about this a couple of videos ago, maybe a week or so ago, that the main difference from 2020 and going into 2021 was that our record when it came to games decided by 1 score, in 2020 we were 5-1, meaning that we ended up clutching up and ended up going on ahead and winning those games when the time meant most. Whether or not that we ended up having the appropriate possession at that point, it just worked out that way. 2021, not so much. All 1-score games, we just couldn't end up putting together a last-minute drive. Certain teams just ended up managing the clock up a bit better. Maybe it had to do with the offensive line for that god-awful streak. We all know what we're talking about. Right toward November and going on into, I would say, like the first week of December, where our offensive line was a damn carousel. But that's enough about reflecting on the losses. What I did want to do is I want to really celebrate some really good things that did happen this year. Let's go on ahead, send out some superlatives. Let's celebrate that we are AFC East Champions. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to shout out. Number 1, Josh Allen. Now, many of your friends who aren't Bills fans, or maybe it's media pundits, maybe it's even Bills fans, they will legitimately look you in the eye and say, Josh Allen has regressed. If anybody ever tells you that, and not only do I want you to backhand them in the fucking face, I also want you to compare his statistics from 2020 to 2021. Minus the interceptions, I would probably go on ahead and say that they are essentially identical for the most part. Still pass for about the same amount of yardage, has a bunch of damn touchdowns in the air and on the ground. And yes, he did dip down a couple of statistics, but if that's what Josh Allen regresses to, give me that Josh Allen every single year. The guy has proven that he has the ability of being able to put a team on his damn back and win you football games, even if your offensive line is completely in shambles. And he has really, in my opinion, earned each and every single penny of that massive contract that we gave to him this past offseason. So Josh Allen has been absolutely electric. You have to give a reward out to this guy. He's been absolutely doing it. Him and Diggs this past game against the Jets, I'm not sure about you, but I probably had to say that that was the most insane throw and catch from Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs I have seen throughout their entire career playing with each other. These two have obviously demonstrated and have attained so much chemistry, it's going to be damn dangerous going into the postseason. Same thing that goes with the rest of the offense. Gabe Davis has really stepped up and, in my opinion, most likely will be wide receiver number 2 next year on the opposite side of Stephon Diggs. We're going to see his snap count skyrocket in the 2022 regular season. And overall, those passing weapons in Josh Allen, if that's regression, I simply welcome it. Bravo. Very happy with that entire squad. Next up, have to talk about our damn defense. Our defense finished this year the number 1 defense in the entire league. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to lie to you. When I was watching the New Orleans Saints game and I saw Trey White go down with an ACL injury, ruining his entire season, I shat my pants a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought that our season wasn't over per se, but I did see our secondary was nowhere near going to be as effective with Trey White being out. Not the case. Not the case at all. Dane Jackson has really ended up stepping up, and Leslie Frazier and Sean McDermott beautifully coached that secondary into making appropriate adjustments to still be as sound of a secondary without Trey. Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, continuously getting snubbed for the damn Pro Bowl. Thank God Poyer ended up getting All-Pro, which is really the only thing that matters at the end of the day. And then Levi Wallace really stepping into his own. Let's talk about our front 7. Right during the draft this past year, so we ended up spending our first 2-round picks on defensive ends, and we really addressed the problem that we had in 2020. If there was any proof that our investment paid off, it was against the Jets just yesterday. How many damn sacks do we have? 7, 8? It was absolutely absurd, okay? At the time of the game, the Bills already recorded about 3 sacks, and the commentator said that the Buffalo Bills ended up racking 11 sacks within the past, I think they said 3 games, and that wasn't even including after they just continuously were just pressuring Zach Wilson left and right. And little do you know, I do know that the Jets have had their share of injuries, but their offensive line really isn't that damn bad. And if we can continue to get that type of damn pass rush that we have been getting, it's going to be dangerous in the playoffs for anybody that plays us. Side note, Ed Oliver, and so we got to sign that man's 5th-year option. I mean, guy has finally came up and showed us exactly why we ended up taking him as a first-round pick. Guy is absolutely having a damn season. Our defense has showed up. Leslie Frazier has done a tremendous job. News ended up just breaking that the Bears requested for Leslie Frazier to interview for their opening head coaching position. So more than likely, I think Leslie Frazier will be gone. So let's go on ahead and let's just appreciate what this man has done for us throughout the past couple of years that he has been, because he's probably not going to be a Bill. At the end of the day, just, dude, win us a Lombardi with your beautiful defensive mind, and that's really all that matters to me. And so number 3 is going to have to be our running game. You knew when you first started watching my content, in 2019 specifically, I would always look you in the eye and say, run the damn ball. But then in 2020 and into 2021, I got so frustrated with our inability of being able to run the ball, I started saying don't run the ball at all, because we didn't have the personnel, we didn't have the offensive line blocking scheme. It just wasn't working. And I never really understood why Dable continued to try to pound it down the other defense's throats when they knew that we were getting little to zero production. But boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. Devin Singletary has stepped up these past couple of games. He really has. Brian Dable has finally been able to establish a run game on opposing teams that we are playing. Devin Singletary has been very effective, and I am just hoping that once we end up getting into the playoffs, I am still as ecstatic about this run game as I have been these past couple of days. All I'm asking for is damn consistency coming out of this team. So, Dal Mafia, today is a time for us to celebrate. We are AFC East Champions once again. And then this coming week, we are welcoming our bitter rival, the New England Patriots, into Buffalo on Saturday night at 8:15. A lot of things can happen in the playoffs. And one thing I will say is when the Buffalo Bills are on, we are on, and we can beat any team in this damn league by 2 scores. I'm going to go on ahead and put that out there. When our team is on and we're playing at our full potential, no hiccups, fully healthy, which from reports so far, McDermott's very optimistic that we're going to have close to a 100% healthy team out there this coming Saturday. Nobody can beat us. This playoff season is going to be skyrocketing my blood pressure to a whole new height, but you best believe I am going to be damn excited for it. So, Dal Mafia, please be on the lookout for some more content coming from this channel. I'm going to be doing a Pats breakdown video. I'm probably going to go live with some Patriots fans as well, most likely Master at work and my buddy Ray. We're going to do sort of a Q&A from the live stream, debate, etc., and really start breaking this down. A lot of content's coming this week. Say that you're new here, smash the fuck out of that like button, subscribe to this channel, and before I let you go, you better always remember, let's go Buffalo.